which is a fascinating one and a worrying one. It stems from a column by Dr Mindy Macleod, a university tutor and former lecturer, warning about cheating and the rise of artificial intelligence. She says cheating is now so rampant that uni degrees have become worthless. Dr Macleod explains it isn't just a matter of using AI to generate ideas, it's a matter of students telling AI to write a paper on the very subject they can't be bothered to. And she warns it's almost impossible to fail university students these days. Believe me, I've tried. Cash is still king, and once you're selling degrees, you've lost any kind of quality control. Dr Mindy Macleod joins me live from Melbourne. Thanks for joining us, Mindy. That's such harsh words, but they're such a clarion warning about our higher education system. How deep, firstly, is the AI problem?
Oh, the AI problem is huge. And I think what's been really frustrating for people over the last couple of years is it's almost, for many of us, the straw that's broken the camel's back, because there has been this decline in quality, this massive problem with all kinds of issues that have been worsening for years and years. But now the whole issue of AI, chat GPT and the other sort of large language models, it's made things so much worse. And what's frustrated so many of us within these institutions is that most institutions are not really doing anything about it. So there really seems to be very little kind of response to this. Everyone is aware of what's going on, but there seems to be very little attempt to deal with it and sort of to find alternative ways of assessing students or making them take ownership of their own work.
How could you assess work that's handed up? How do academics assess work? Because there could be some students who do all the work independently. There could be others who outsource the whole project to AI. There will be others maybe using a blend of the two. Is that obvious to you when you're reading essays or reading assessments, or is this an absolute minefield for those doing the marking?
It's an absolute minefield. I mean, in many cases, it is absolutely obvious. It's really obvious who's used an AI generator to write their essay, because at the moment they're all writing to a prescribed model, and you can recognise what they're saying, and the references are all over the place. They're quite simply not good enough to be doing the kind of things we're asking for them. But because the quality of students has been declining for so long, even these sort of D-grade essays are better than what a lot of the students could produce on their own. So that's the problem we're dealing with.
What a mess. I mean, you've only just begun to grapple with this. The other issues, as you say, with the cash pressures on universities, overseas students and churning people through. This was already a problem. A lot of academics told me that they're dealing with students with really poor language skills, so it's hard to communicate with them and hard for them to complete their work. Apparently now a lot of students bypassing any face-to-face contact with tutors and lecturers because they can just use AI generators to communicate, which is obviously going to just compound the problem and not help them a great deal.
It's not helping anyone, yeah, and I think it's sort of given so many people an excuse not to engage with their tutors, with their lecturers, and with any of the content, because they can just use all kinds of artificial intelligence to create the appearance of understanding, or create the appearance of having some command of English, or but it's made it really difficult for anyone who believes in the integrity of the university to have faith in this system any longer.
Mindy, thanks so much for bringing it to our attention. It's a brave thing, an important thing, and my guess is most academics would agree wholeheartedly with you, but few of them will be brave enough to come out and talk about it publicly. We'll see. We'll check in with you later and see what sort of feedback you've got, but thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me on.